I'm starting this vlog now, even though I haven't started the book that it's supposed to be about, in an effort that I hopefully read more. This is my second reading my TBR reading vlogs. At the end of my Lee Bardugo Rule of Wolves Hellbent one, I had everyone vote out of 3 books which I should read next. And of course everyone chose Malibu Rising. There was no surprise there. So this is what I will be reading next, but because like I'm never not reading a book, so I started a book in between those books. I've been reading A Light in the Flame by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It is book 2 in the prequel series from Blood and Ash. I'm pretty much almost done. It's like almost 600 pages. Yeah, it's like 570 there. I'm really enjoying it because I really love these books in these series. I just suck at actually sitting down and reading. This is also a new angle for the vlog, so you can just see my entire apartment behind me. Here we have Aelin and Rowan and Fenris and Maeve, and then we have Captain Marvel, and then we have this here which says what would Rose Hathaway do, and then a whole bunch of pins. Then there's a map of Prithian here. You don't need to see how messy the rest of that is. We've got my kitchen here. You can see my TBR books here. That's where the pile begins, and then it goes all the way to the wall. But yeah, I also wanted to start this vlog now because even though it's Thursday afternoon right now and I'm technically at work, but literally I have this phone on a little tripod thing sitting on top of my work computer, which is sitting on top of my printer. And then the laptop here is my own laptop. But I wanted to start this vlog here because I have an exciting 2 weeks coming up, which is like odd for me to actually have things going on in my life. On Saturday, I'm heading into the city with Kate, and then we're gonna have lunch, go see Antman and the Wasp: Quantumania, have dinner, and then we're going to see the stage production of Mary Poppins, which is one of the 3 shows that I'm seeing this year. Trying not to spend money on the shows so I can spend money more on traveling. And one of those shows I'm actually watching while I'm traveling because it's in Sydney, so. Oh, and I don't know how I forgot, tomorrow I am getting my hairs done, so this is the last day of the remaining bits of red because I'm going back to my brunette roots, like literally. It's just going to be much easier to apply for acting roles when I don't have to update my photo every few weeks because my hair looks different all the time. Oh, I have sprints and chats with Jenna tomorrow. Need to remember that. It'd be really awkward if I didn't show up for that. And then I have another week of work. And then next weekend, it's Harry Styles weekend. I've been waiting for these shows 3 years. So it's about damn time. So the first night I'm going alone. And then night 2, I'm going with Lucy. And then we have like a Harry Styles show after party thing that we're going to. And then I'm crashing at hers for the night because there's no way I'm navigating Melbourne at night at like 2 or 3 a.m. And then 2 days later, I have the Backstreet Boys, which I've been waiting on that one for like 4 years. I've had the tickets since I bought them. Let me show you when I bought them. Where is it? Is it gonna focus? Do you see that date? It says the 17th of September, 2019. And I still haven't been able to use them. The show was meant to be on Tuesday the 26th of May, 2020. I'm going with Kate to that one. Anyway, the video I'm editing is my Daisy Jones and the Six trailer reaction because we finally got the full trailer. That show comes out in like 2 weeks. March is gonna be busy on the YouTube channel. I need to finish this and then get to this. I also kind of wanted to wait to start this until closer to the Harry Styles concert because I associate Daisy Jones and the Six with Harry Styles as well, because while I was reading that book I was also listening to his music, and yeah, so I just want all the Taylor books to relate to Harry.
Baby, up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh.
Hello, it is Sunday afternoon and I just finished reading A Light in the Ember. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it because I love the characters and just the vibes. It's a prequel series, so we know genuinely how it's going to end because we've seen them, or we've seen Nyktos in the From Blood and Ash series. But it's how they get there that's interesting, and it's going to happen when they have kids and stuff. But they're obsessing over the prophecy, and it's the same prophecy that we have from In Blood and Ash. So like, come on guys, it's not your time yet. Stop stressing about the prophecy. It's about Poppy. But since it is Monday evening, I have to meal prep. I hate cooking, so today I'm doing the Dump and Done ramen salad from Chrissy Teigen's cookbook. Basically, it's just a whole bunch of things and you dump them in. So, as you saw yesterday, went and saw Antman Quantumania. It was alright. I didn't feel like it was anything special. Excited that Catherine Newton was in it. It very much was still a setup type of movie. Then we went and saw Mary Poppins, the musical, which is a bit different to the movie. They changed the Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious song, which is sad about because it's like my favorite song. So yeah, Mary Poppins, really enjoyable musical. Was really fun. The kids were adorable and so talented. But there was this one sequence where the toys come to life. And now I'm gonna have nightmares. Like, the doll gets put into the dollhouse and then a hand, like a full hand, comes out and the fingers go out to like here, and then it's like a rag doll person. And that was super scary. Like, it's a clown rag doll as well. And then this giant toy box opens and it's all like those creepy porcelain dolls. They're like human size. And then behind the house, this giant clown comes up. What the hell? This is Mary Poppins. Why are you giving me nightmares? Anyway, besides that, really good show. And now this week I will be finally starting Malibu Rising, which I'm excited for because I've read Daisy Jones and Evelyn Hugo and I really liked those. So hopefully I like Nina Riva as well. Salad is done. Now wait a minute. I am like 3 pages in. And Carrie Soto has already been mentioned. And Carrie Soto stole Nina's husband. Damn. So I'm assuming when we get to Carrie's book, she's going to be an unlikable character. But like, we're reading about Nina first, so I'm on Nina's side.
You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. over my
Oh my god, it is hot. And it's just gonna be even hotter tomorrow, which I'm spending from like 2 p.m. onwards outside. Yay. But the goods are secured. So, merch haul. I'm also getting my VIP merch tomorrow. So, got the bag. And another one for gifts. Okay, and then got this. This is the Melbourne one. It literally, yeah, Melbourne, Australia with the dates. This one's Lucy's. I also got my own. And then I also got this one. I'm sad because in Perth, this one was white instead of black and I really wanted the white. So, but I'll deal. So concludes the haul. I was in that line 3 hours. And I don't think work knew I was gone at all. Love work from home days. If I could do them every day, that would be great. I have read more of Malibu Rising and I have notes. So there's so much surfing jargon and I don't understand any of it. Just say that you're going into the water and surfing. I don't know what all these things mean. And then we got a Warren and Celia mention on the same page. We got Daisy Jones in the 6th and the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Malibu Rising all in one page. And there was also all these other people mentioned. So like, she could keep writing in this universe if she wanted to. She doesn't need to finish it at Carrie Soto. When multiple Reva are in a scene, it just switches between their point of views. And that's so confusing because you'll be hearing Kit think something and then suddenly Jay's thinking something and I'm like, what? So far, Nina has only been on her own so far, but the next chapter I have to read is their lunch and there's gonna be 4 Reva in one scene. Then the 1950s flashbacks. Didn't expect those. Carol, what a terrible human being. And then Mick Reva. F that guy. Wow. He's worse than Billy Dunn. Yeah, he is terrible. And he must be dead by now, like in the 80s. I can't remember if we get told when he dies in Evelyn Hugo. But he hasn't shown up and they haven't spoken about him and we know their mom's got to be dead by now. June also seems to be becoming quite an alcoholic, so I feel like she's gonna die and it's not gonna be a good scene. But Mick, I don't know. Anyways, it's Harry weekend.
and we cannot escape, we cannot come out. Mama.
Good morning. It is Monday now, and I'm supposed to be in the office on Mondays, but my throat is dry as hell, and that is usually a sign that I'm getting sick. So I am working from home today because I still have the Backstreet Boys on Tuesday, and I am not jeopardizing that. But Harry weekend is over. What am I supposed to do with my life now? The fact that Harry went out to brunch in Melbourne yesterday, he literally did the most Melbourne thing he could do. But yeah, quick recap of the weekend. So I can't speak for everyone else's experiences, obviously, because there's always going to be drama happening. But I had two really good experiences at the concert. Like, my worst enemy was the weather. And that's literally everyone in Melbourne's enemy. Here's one of the things I got in my VIP bag, which is a little underwhelming, but it is what it is. I wasn't there for the merch, I was there for Harry. So, night one on Friday, I had VIP kitchen early entry, which means I got there at 1:30 and I was there alone, but by some miracle I ended up in the line with two other girls who were also there alone, so we stuck together the entire night, and they were great. Like, we looked out for each other. One of the girls let me borrow her hat, and she bought us ice creams. Amazing. And then we've also shared videos and stuff now. One of them had a disposable camera, so once she gets those photos back, we'll be able to see what we look like in those as well. So yeah, got there at 1:30, and then we were probably only outside for the first part, like half an hour before they let us inside into a line with air conditioning, which was so good. And we were in there until like 4. Then they brought us into the arena itself. The most amazing thing is that we were like second row along the side, not the front, but along the side. We got there at 1:30 p.m. The girl standing directly in front of us got there at 6:30 a.m. You don't need to camp. You don't need to get there that early. Then the girls directly behind us as well didn't even have early entry. So, and we were on the right side facing the stage, which was a good choice because the sun was out full force that day and it was slowly going down, so our side is the side that got shade first, so we were in shade. It was much better once we were in the shade. The bulk of the heat went, but it was when like the show started and everything that it started just heating up from body heat again. And the show was really good. I could see him like physically at all times except when people were holding signs in places that were really annoying. I am sad though because he seemed to favor the other side of the stage instead of our side. He didn't stop at all, he just zoomed by. And yeah, it was a really good show. Like, Harry knows how to put on a performance. So night one, I was up close. I was seeing Harry, like when he did like slow down a bit going by, like I could read his tattoos. That is the closest I have ever been to that man, which is like mind-blowing because here is what my view 10 years ago at the One Direction concert looked like. 2013, 2023. So yeah, night one, I was up close. I was like just taking in Harry. And then night two was like my vibey night. Night two was also good. Once again, the weather was the enemy because it was raining this time. Like, that's the best way I could explain Melbourne, is it was too hot and 2 sunny night 1, and 2 grey and 2 rainy night 2. Luckily the rain didn't get too heavy. They refused to close the roof. So Marvel Stadium has a retractable roof. They refused to put up. We asked them multiple times and they're like, no, it's going to clear by the show. We were under what cover we could get, so we didn't get rained on a lot. But then it still rained a little bit during the show. So we went with Lucy and we were pretty close to the front of the rear pit. We were like second row in rear pit, and then people were starting to get really close and we're like, you can't see people when we're all so close together. So we stepped back a bit. It was like a meter in between us and the people in front of us then. And we could see the screens. We could only briefly see Harry between people's heads. And yeah, we just vibed and sang and like got into the songs, danced a bit. We tried to boot scoot, but we didn't have quite enough room to move to do the entire boot scoot. And again, it was a great night. Like, I wasn't expecting to see Harry the entire time. I was just there to have a good time with a friend, and that's what we did. We went to the Yikes after party afterwards, obviously. We were there like 2 hours and that was fun. They were playing like One Direction and Harry music. There were 2 rooms. So we were in room 1. And then they made an announcement being like, we know you've been vibing to Harry in 1D, but we're going to turn it up in here. And then they started playing Justin Bieber. Not the vibes. So like literally 90% of us booked it out to the other room where they were playing only Harry in 1D for the rest of the night. We don't play Bieber at a Harry Styles after party. And they had Harry themed drinks. The one called grape juice was really good. I slept over at Lucy's because it was late and it was much safer for us to walk around the city together. And then I came home Sunday morning and there were feathers still on the train, and in Flinders Street Station there were feathers like up the stairs. But yeah, now I'm here doing a job I don't particularly like. So please subscribe and watch all the ads and watch all the videos so I can do this instead of this. Maybe I can see Harry again before it's been another 5 years.
One week later.
It is an entire week later. I'm not impressed with the fact that I went to Harry Styles, had a great time, and I have been sick ever since. So yeah, I did like next to nothing for the last week. I was actually also cat sitting for Kate, so I was going between her and my place, which would have been fine if I wasn't sick. I'm mostly better now, but I still have a cough. And I fucking hate it. This cough. It's like worse at night as well, so I haven't been sleeping well for the past week. But Daisy Jones and the Six dropped on Friday. Didn't watch it because I'm doing reactions. I finally watched the first episode last night. And then today, this arrived. So this is my little spark of joy. I don't own a record player. Now it's time to watch episode 2. I have not read any Malibu Rising in since before Harry. March was supposed to be like my, yes, like things are finally happening, I can finally be productive month. And like I got kicked down before I could even start. Don't appreciate that. So we're slowly getting back up. Is that the dude who stole Daisy's lyric?
Much later.
It is a time later. It's currently March 17th. This vlog has been going way longer than I thought it was going to go. I don't even remember what I've updated on the vlog, but I went to Harry and I got sick. So I spent like the first 2 weeks of March just trying not to die. And now I'm better and I'm just trying to put everything back together so I can continue on. And like literally all I've been thinking about is like Daisy Jones and the Six because the show has started dropping, and those videos just take so much of my time to do. Now Shadow and Bone has dropped as well, and literally all I'm going to be doing in the coming week is watching things and editing. But I have started reading Malibu Rising again. What do I have in my notes? Hey, I have Nina found her mum. Oof. And like Carrie Soto is the book after this. How am I supposed to like Carrie after we've got Nina's perspective first and we know everything that Nina has been through, and Carrie just made it worse? Though I also hate Brendan, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't like him. He can go away. I wonder if he'll die in the fire. The way that he just came back at the party and then put her on the spot in front of everybody and peer pressured her into taking him back because he knew she was too nice to start drama in front of everybody. No. And then POVs. First I thought it was just the Reavers, and now like everybody's getting a POV. Like, I've forgotten all their names. Tuesday gets a POV. Vanessa gets a POV. Whatever the guy that Kit's talking to gets a POV. It's like, you get a POV, you get a POV, you get a POV. And it'll just like switch in between people. So it's giving me very like Mrs. Dalloway vibes. I never did finish that book because I had to read it for uni and I hated it because at least this one has chapter breaks. And then Kit, she was like on a mission to kiss a man. But like, she's gay, right? There's this one quote. This is what she'd always wanted to avoid, being forced to pretend men were interesting.
She's gay!
So I'm hoping that Kit will be able to come to that realization and accept herself. But like, I'm up to midnight now, and there's still a bunch of the book to go. And like, I can see how things are starting to ramp up, like, there's like drugs on trays going around and stuff. But like, we're already at midnight. This whole like fire and stuff must happen really quickly. Because at the moment, we're actually just, Casey has shown up and she's like, hey, I think we're like related. Mick Reaver. Hate that guy. Love his children, hate him. I'm finished, though it ends earlier than you think. Like, there's all of that left. It's because there's a extract of Carrie Soto in it. But oh my god. We'll get to the ending in a minute. So, I changed my mind on Carrie Soto. I still don't like her for being mean to customer service people, but she called Brandon out on his shit. And I love her for that. Except, right towards the end again, they seem to be back together. So, it'd be very interesting to see what happens in her story. Kit, I love Kit, and it seems like she was on the road to accepting herself and who she is towards the end there, and Ricky was like really nice about it, and he was like, yeah, women are hot as well. So that was cute. Then Mick Bloody Reaver showed up and just expected his kids to be like, oh my god, yes, Dad, thank you, you're coming back. No, that's not how this works. Each like random person at the party who got their own like mini chapter ended up getting arrested in the book, which is kind of hilarious, but also will, like, if this ever gets adapted, would be like so cool to see. And then this ending, are you fucking kidding me? Mick Reaver started the fire. Just when I thought he couldn't get any worse. He set the fire with a cigarette that he just threw away. Another reason you shouldn't smoke, because some of the worst fires in Australia have happened because someone was smoking in the bush and left a partly lit cigarette. Oh my god.
Oh my god, fuck McReba. What's he gonna do in Carrie Soto? He just gets worse and worse the more I learn about him. But yeah, that's the end. So I love Kit. I also love Nina. She went through so much character development, and I'm so happy that she gets to do what she wants at the end. Jay and Hud, oh, the boys. I'm glad that Jay forgave Hud in the end, and then that Hud gets his family. And then Casey, we didn't really get to know her, but like, I feel like she definitely is mixed kid. So another Taylor Jenkins Reid book that I really like. This one, so Daisy Jones is my favorite. I don't know which one I like better, Evelyn or Malibu. I'll have to think on that. I do also like that each of her books that I've read so far have been like in a different style. So like Daisy Jones was in the interview format, and then like, and we were hearing from like everyone. And then Evelyn Hugo was like part interview that was just part memoir that was just Evelyn speaking, and then we get like the outsides of the woman. And then this is like a more omniscient narrator, and we get to like in and out of everyone's life with a focus on the Reapers. Again, also, there are so many characters named in this that Taylor could just write in this world forever. I like her, like, I don't know what it's called, like the famous people universe. I definitely know I like this universe better than like her previous romance novels. Now, time to vote on which book I should read next. If books lose a poll, I'm literally bringing them back for the next poll because I have to read them eventually. So either comment which one you want me to read in the comments, or head over to my community tab and vote in the poll there. It would be really nice if you vote in the poll. Thank you. So we have Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly. This is a retelling about one of Cinderella's stepsisters. Publisher sent it to me when it was published, and still have not read it. Then I have Unearthed by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I also have the second book. This is a sci-fi with like Indiana Jones vibes. It is also signed because like I met them at, I can't remember if it was the Unearthed event or the second one. But yeah, so if I read this in a vlog, I will end up reading both. And the newbie to the lineup is Verona Comics by Jennifer Dugan. This is like a Romeo and Juliet style retelling, because like Verona Comics, about, is it like rival? Yeah, so their parents hate each other, but they meet at a Comic-Con. So they're falling for the competition. I think they like work, or their parents own rival comic book stores. This one Lucy got for me for my birthday a few years ago, so I feel like I should read it. So yeah, go vote in the comments or in the community tab for which one I should read next. Which like won't actually be the next book I read because I need time to edit this. The next book I'm reading is actually Chain of Thorns, which is holding on my laptop right now. And if you've read Malibu Rising, comment down below your thoughts. Or if you just want to let me know you were here, leave me some sort of beachy emoji down below. And please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos, and check out some others that you might like here.